What's up, everybody? It's your boy G Money back at it again with another video on the G35. So if you're new to the channel, like always, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you enjoyed the content, I'd appreciate it if you put that thumbs up. If not, you already know what to do. Put that thumbs down, yada yada yada. But make sure y'all hit that notification bell. That way y'all don't miss out on any videos that I put on the channel. And like always, if you do those three things, I'd greatly appreciate it. And you'll be part of the G35 fam. So, that being said, let's get this video started. So, guys, how's it going, everybody? I'm a little under the weather. I have allergies. But I thought I'd still do this video because, I thought I would share what I experienced. So, this week, guys, I had a issue where I locked the keys in the car while the car was still running. That was fun. I had to spend some money on a stupid locksmith who kind of messed up trying to enter the car. And let me show you. So as you can see, look at all this. We can chip the paint. I don't know if he did that. Can't remember. But I do know all this was all scraped. You can see. Yeah, they were trying to, get in. And anyways, I left a bad review. So, yeah, check that out. But, so that happened. And then that brings me to my main issue that I had with the G35. So, I thought I'd do a little video because, I've had an issue with the battery before on my other G35, but something that came up on the gauge cluster I didn't even know about. So I thought I would let y'all know. If y'all see this, make sure y'all change out your battery or go check it out, because if not, then you're gonna have the same problem that I did. So pretty much, if we're looking at the gauge cluster, so you see how your emergency brake is on and your battery light is on. If those two come on at the same time while you're driving, you might want to go check your battery. It might be that you need a new battery or it's not making good connection. So what I experienced was both of those came on, right? And then they came off, and then they came on, and then they came off. So I pulled over and I checked my terminals because for some reason on the negative side of the G35 on the terminals, they don't really make good connection. I don't know if it's just I've had the luck where I get a G35 where it doesn't make connection, but I'm tightened up the terminal and made sure it was getting good connection, and then for like a couple of days that those two lights didn't come on, so I thought I'd fix the problem. But then the next day they came on again, and that's when the car started flickering. All the lights on the gauges, everything started like flickering, started getting dim. My AC was full blast, and nothing was coming out. And eventually the car died. Had to get a jump, right? And yeah, so I got a jump, and pretty much I got a new battery. And after I put the new battery in, what do you call it? I also bought some new terminals. Let me show you. All right, so yeah, as you can see, that's the new battery, right? God. Stuff's always. That's how you fix that. So, anyways, as you can see, I got a new battery, new terminals. They're on tight, right? So I thought that was the issue. So we drove it home, and then the next day I took my fiance to work in the morning, took the car to work, and then after work started the car up, right? Well, I started getting those flickering lights and everything, and the battery just died. I said, "Are you serious?" That same two lights came on, the emergency brake light and the battery. Those two lights came on, so I was like, oh my god, I just bought a new battery. So I had my friend give me a jump right there at the shop. He gave me a jump, and not even like a minute into it, the battery just died. It didn't want to start. So that came to the conclusion that it was my alternator. Uh, so since I already spent like 200 on the battery, I looked it up and it was gonna be like another 200 for another alternator. So luckily I have some good friends. They helped me out, and I got the alternator. The alternator. The alternator. I got the alternator, and yeah, I had my buddy there at the shop. We all stayed till like 11, and we put that alternator on. What sucks is I didn't know how hard of a process it is, how difficult, because when we're looking up on the videos, um, they do show you how to replace your alternator, but yeah, for some reason with the sedan, like, you have no freaking space. There's like a harness back there for the alternator. We could not get that harness off. They had like zip ties and everything for all the wiring and everything to keep it all together. And just to get our hands back there, it was a real tight spot. So pretty much what we had to do, uh, we had to take off this fan, right? But to take this fan and remove it out of this little tight spot, we had to move the hose, and we had just did a radiator flush. I know it was a while back, but we had issues with that because we didn't do it properly. So we were already afraid that once we take off this hose, air pockets and bubbles and air was gonna get into it, and we're gonna overheat the car. So we took this hose off, put a cloth right here to stop the coolant, and then I had to take off this air filter so that way we can take off the fan to get it out, so we can take off the screws for the alternator. Uh, we had to take off the belt, the pulley, and pretty much that alternator is like the size of a grapefruit, guys. So when we took that off, we were able to get it out, but we had to be careful because we didn't want to, mess up the radiator. Uh, Pretty much we did all that and put the new radiator on. Had trouble putting the harness back on, everything back together, all the bolts, but uh, we got it all. We got it all going. Turned the car on. My battery was completely dead, but my buddy, he gave me a jump for like 10 minutes to charge it up, and sure enough, everything came on and everything was good. My car wasn't overheating. Thankfully, I had no air pockets and whatever. The next day, I ended up putting some coolant just to top it off in the tank, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So um, that's pretty much what I experienced this weekend. Uh, yeah, so I thought I would share this video with y'all because if y'all see those two things on your gauge, the emergency light and the battery light. If y'all see those two, make sure y'all check out your battery. That way you don't have to, experience what I did. Hopefully it's just the battery. Unluckily, I had to get the alternator and the battery. So probably it was just the alternator and the battery was good. But it is what it is, guys. But yeah, so that's pretty much what happened to the G35. It's up and going though. Appreciate to my friends who helped me out. But yeah, I thought I'd just share this little video with y'all. That way y'all know what's going on with the G. And yeah, like if y'all experience that, make sure you check your battery. That way you don't fall in the same thing that I did. But yeah, it was just a quick little video. Now that I got the G running, uh, I really want to get those side skirts installed. So I just got to get me some jacks and properly lift up the car because I need to be able to get access to the side. I can't put a jack or anything on the side of the car. But we'll see how that goes, guys. But to the next one, like always, if you enjoyed the content, please put that thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. It's your boy G Money. Peace.